Teacher Mindset and Tracking, a case study. I'm Tanya St.Amant, and as an assistant principal, I sat in a math department meeting to observe teachers analyzing data. I heard a variety of comments about student ability level and achievement, and most of the comments revolved around lack of skills or students who should be moved down a level. As one teacher asked what she should do with a vo-tech student that was placed in her college preparatory Algebra 3 class. She ranted about how he was not going to be able to do it, and while a suggestion was offered to use the school's recent addition of a built-in intervention period to work with the student, she complained that she would have to meet with him every day. Following this rant, she did just that. He came to get help during his lunch as well, and he also went in her room during any free time that she had. He ended the first 9 weeks with an A in the class. It was because of this that I came up with the purpose for my study: to examine teacher mindset and its relationship to and effect on student achievement in varying tracks. The questions that I developed consist of: how do teachers approach lesson planning in different tracking levels? How are students tracked into different levels? And why do students perform differently in each tracked level? In order to understand all of this, we have to understand the conceptual framework. Tracking will be defined as a system that groups students between classes and primarily occurs in high schools and middle schools. Students are not assigned a specific track for all coursework, according to Lovelace in his 2013 study for the Brown Center of Education. While educational psychologists have extensively studied the effect of teacher expectations on achievement, more recently, Carol Dweck has introduced the concept of mindset. She defines a person with a growth mindset as believing that talents and abilities can be developed through effort and good teaching and persistence, while someone exhibiting fixed mindset tendencies believe that basic abilities, their intelligence, their talents, are just fixed traits. So can understanding the difference between growth and fixed mindsets affect the education of students? Well, in order to determine that, we need to look at what the literature says. Teachers who perceive students from lower tracks as less able, more disruptive, and less interested in schooling compared to students in higher tracks seem to adapt their pedagogy, curriculum, and expectations in line with those perceptions. An interview done by Joe Worthy in 2010 found that only 4 out of 25 teachers supported the idea that homogeneous grouping does not have to mean deficient instruction for students in lower level classes. While teachers holding an entity theory or a fixed mindset tend to comfort students for low math ability, they use kind strategies unlikely to promote engagement within the field, like assigning less homework. And in this study, it was found that students responding to comfort-oriented feedback not only perceived the instructor's entity theory and low expectations, but also reported lowered motivation and lower expectations for their own performance. Furthermore, in a study done by Kelly and Carbonaro in 2012, they found that 96.4% of higher track students expect to attend college, and 90% of high track teachers, those teachers teaching in a high track, expect their students to go to college. While 74.8% of regular track students expect to attend college, only 40% of teachers teaching in the lower tracks expect their students to attend college. So, what does this look like across the United States if students are tracked? Well, according to Lovelace's study, the percentage of students tracked in English and language arts was 43% found in data in 2003. In more recent data found in 2011 for students tracked in math, he found that 76% of students across the United States are tracked for math. So, in order to study this, my case will be Minneapolis Public Schools. This system educates 35,400 students across 76 schools with a total staff of 6,991. I will be looking at high schools due to my definition of tracking, and the Minneapolis Public School System has recently adopted focused instruction. So this entails working in close relation with teachers, school leaders, and students and families to build appropriate infrastructure. And also, the district has recently gone through a detracking initiative. So teachers will have recent experience with both leveled and non-leveled students. Because only 2 grade levels are completely detracked, there will be teachers that teach both heterogeneously grouped students and homogeneously grouped students. As this initiative is taking place across a large district, I will be able to work with teachers and school leaders who have recently aligned all levels of curriculum. How will I do this? Well, the data collection will include surveys, interviews, document analysis, and observations. And my participants will include high school level administrators, high school math teachers, and high school English teachers due to the discrepancy between the percentages of students tracked in English language arts and math. I also intend to find teachers who exhibit growth mindset abilities as well as teachers who exhibit fixed mindset abilities. And I'll do this through a survey. The first section of the survey, the teachers and school-based administrators will answer questions derived from Carol Dweck's mindset survey to determine whether the participant shows characteristics relating to a growth or fixed mindset. In the second section of the survey, the teachers will answer questions regarding lesson planning, and in the final section, they will answer questions regarding tracking. The interviews will be done with teachers who have volunteered through the survey, and I will try to get information based on how students are placed in different tracking levels and anecdotal information about their performance in differently tracked levels. For the document analysis, I want to look at lesson plans, classroom assessments, and standardized test scores. And I will observe high-level classes, low-level classes, and detracked classes, looking at both student and teacher behaviors. In order to analyze this, I will use Carol Dweck's mindset survey, Webb's depth of knowledge, and Bloom's taxonomy to determine high-level questions and high-level activities. And I will analyze the interview through inductive coding based on themes and patterns. It is through this study that I hope to find information that will help teacher colleges better prepare teachers to teach different levels of students, and also to work with administrators and teachers to determine how a growth mindset can help their school so that administrators can possibly hire people with growth mindsets, and also how we can help teachers achieve growth mindsets. Thank you.